So why does Gen Z hate America? A popular YouTuber named Jen went out and talked to people about this on the street. He did a fantastic job creating a video about this, and we're gonna be unpacking a handful of scenes from that video today. But before we do, you guys, welcome back to the channel. Thank you all for being here. If you could please really quickly hit that like button for the algorithm, I would greatly appreciate it. And then lastly, this video is sponsored by my good friends over at Undertac. We'll talk about them a little bit more in a bit. So the video is called "Why is Gen Z Being Taught to Hate America?" from Jen. If you guys aren't familiar with him, he does a fantastic job kind of creating an investigative journalist style street video. You definitely got to go check out his channel if you haven't already. I'll put a link to his video down in the description below, but let's go ahead and jump on in.
Recently, there's been a poll in America where they said that only 16% of Gen Z are proud to be American. Why do you think this is?
Inability to afford an apartment, student loan. There's so many reasons that they talk. They're kids. What the f do they know?
The American dream is dying. No one is believing it anymore.
The Gen Z generation is, in a way, in a unique spot. You have, I think, a lot more extreme opinions because it's very easy to manipulate opinions and kind of push your agenda.
Super interesting what he just said right there. It's kind of easy to manipulate opinions. Why does Gen Z hate America? Why are they so just not proud to be American compared to previous generations? Because a lot of people look at this stuff and they say, oh, well, young people just don't like America. Every generation has it, but no generation's been even close to being as bad as Gen Z. And that's something that we need to worry about, because instead of bullying them, making fun of them, which is sometimes, okay, I hear, like, a little bit difficult to do sometimes. I understand. But instead of that, we need to be educating, uplifting, because these are the future leaders of the country. And the answer here is obviously multifaceted, which we'll be jumping into in this video. Next part, what are the biggest problems that Gen Z is facing?
Can we really blame Gen Z for their activism and resentment? And if there's no more trust, is America heading towards collapse? I guess we gon' see. What do you think are the biggest American problems?
Obesity.
Populism around politics is a giant problem. I think the educational system is a big problem.
Systemic racism in our country.
Racism and sexism.
Legislation harming LGBTQ communities, trans individuals.
I would say police brutality and of course racism.
If I had to challenge you though, why do you think there's still more people moving to America than people leaving America?
Opportunities. They want a better life for their children. They want part of the American dream.
Amazing follow-up from Jen right there. That's just such a great question to be asking. Okay, so if it's so racist and all these issues are happening, why are people just flocking over here? What's going on there? Well, I don't know if her name's Tiffany, but Tiffany here is obviously on the social justice train. She'll be educating us.
Are you proud to be American?
I'm proud to be this American person.
How do you help the community?
Oh my God. I have protested everything. Guns and all the bills that they try to pass to remove rights from trans kids.
Oh my gosh, lady. Hold on. Before we move on, this is like the Laguna Beach wealthy grandma that's talking to me, talking about if they start talking about how are they helping, and they're helping by going outside and protesting for people's rights to sterilize children, run the other way.
From trans kids.
I believe Americans export their problems. Today you see it, that gender identity that is becoming a social issue. Export that.
Wow. Interesting perspective right there. Okay. Exporting radical left ideologies. Perhaps we're responsible for a handful of that. It's certainly an impact when we do decide as a culture to buy into a certain ideology. What the United States does has a major impact on the rest of the world. I was talking to Billboard Chris about this recently. You know, people have asked him, why aren't you just working in Canada? Why are you working in the United States? And his response is usually somewhere along the lines of the precedent that the United States sets, the world often follows. So when you make an impact in the United States, it's global, which is actually super interesting. I think we're liking this guy's answers so far. The guy in the wheelchair, not bad. All right, you guys, let's take a few moments to talk about today's sponsor. Are you wearing underwear with some creepy old dude's name on the waistband? If yes, then one, that is objectively weird, but two, it's probably time to make a change. In fact, even if you're not, it's probably still time to order some new underwear. Undertac aren't your typical men's boxers. They're made with modal. Think of like cotton, just way better. It's 50% more moisture wicking, antibacterial, and way softer. Undertac stays in place with a sturdy yet comfortable extra wide waistband, and the fly design is brilliantly straightforward. Undertac is durable, ultralight, fade resistant, and shrink resistant. And here's the best part. They're almost 30% less than the competition, and they donate a portion of their profits to multiple organizations fighting human trafficking. Go pick up a drawer full today, you guys. It's literally all I wear now. Visit undertac.com. That's undertac.com. Get 20% off site-wide when you use my offer code KLUG20. Undertac comes with a satisfaction guarantee, and you're helping to make the world a better place. Again, you guys, that is undertac.com. Undertac.com. Offer code KLUG20 for 20% off. Take advantage of this. I'll put a link down in the description below. Let's get back into this video.
Is it racist to have national pride?
As a German born and grown up in Germany, national pride wasn't something that we were given with a lot because of our history. I don't think it's racist to have national pride. I think it's a good thing in a lot of ways. If it starts infringing on the freedom and the ability of other people to live in comfort, I think it gets problematic for sure.
Everyone is going to say they love their country, but maybe the way they're showing it would be different from a person to the other.
Is it good to have pride about who you are? Sure, but let it be based on your accomplishments, how good you've been to other people.
Interesting how she's responding right here. When people respond like this, they kind of change the topic. She doesn't want to say, yes, we should have American pride. She's moving away from that and focusing on herself because her answer actually is, no, we don't believe. If I had to interpret this conversation right here, no, you shouldn't have national pride. That's what her answer is. That's what her response is right there. Something super interesting. When I've gone out and done videos like this out on the street, I'll get people that are just disgusted by the fact that United States people are proud to live in the United States. People are proud to be Americans. They have American flags. We've done that video previously saying, hey, if somebody has an American flag on their shirt, what are your thoughts about them? And the response is, MAGA, probably conservative. As if, American pride means that you're conservative and believe in traditional American values. I guess that's the direction we're headed in now.
You think Americans are spoiled?
I feel like Americans have power. Everywhere they are, you can sense like the presence of, they are American. Americans have like authority.
I'm not spoiled. Do I think billionaires are spoiled? Yeah.
I personally know so many people who have an extremely limited worldview being from America. Our education system struggles with educating American citizens about Westernization, capitalism, and all of those things are the right thing.
Not enough indoctrination taking place. This person, this is, oh my gosh, it's just the typical leftist woman right here. The grandma, don't get me wrong, the grandma is not very good either, but this person is basically saying essentially here, well, we need to be indoctrinating our youth to hate the Western world, to hate capitalism, to hate the United States, because they're being taught that it's good. How dare they? The economic system that's lifted more people out of poverty on the face of the earth. How dare they talk about why America's great? Something that's really interesting is a lot of people forget about how good we have it in the United States. This chick right here just saying, oh, well, people don't know other, they're not, they don't understand the world in the United States. Well, Tiffany, just because you went to Europe a couple times and just got drunk the whole time doesn't mean you know the world better than other people. Now, granted, I will say, Americans don't really know European countries, mainly because it's on the other side of the world, I would argue. And perhaps our failing education system has at least something to do with that. But when it comes to how good we have it in the United States, even today, we have a lot of problems. But even today, compared to so many other countries on the face of the earth, we have our First Amendment, we have Second Amendment rights, we have countless rights that hundreds of other countries do not have. These are things to be grateful for. Just because they're under attack doesn't mean we have to hate our country. So you'll see in this video that Jen discusses various topics under the umbrella of Gen Z hating the United States. And what's really interesting about his content is, like I mentioned at the very beginning, it's really this sort of investigative journalist perspective. He probably leans a little bit right, but I would argue probably center right. I think he would probably tell people that. But he does just a fantastic job at having an honest approach to these topics and trying to just paint a major picture for you.
I feel like Gen Z has had more opportunities and information than a lot of generations. Do you think this has made you guys more open-minded or closed-minded?
More information creates the illusion of being informed. There is so much content out there. Even all what I've been saying is basically based on contents that I've been consuming, but who the hell knows if it's true?
I love, what this guy has to say. It's really, really interesting. And also just a fantastic question from Jen right there.
They're closed-minded to anything that's a little different.
Do you think Gen Z is not able to take into account how good we have it at the same time?
Many of us were extremely little when 9/11 happened, through the 2008 recession, 2016 election occurred, and overlapping all of that, we've had an extreme mental health crisis and then have been facing climate change issues. The Gen Z has had it extremely hard.
Wait, hold on. Did she just lump in the 2016 election with traumatic events like 9/11 or the 2008 housing crisis? Did she just lump that in? Was that an example of something traumatic that she just lumped in together right there? That's exactly what she just did. That is unbelievable. Oh my gosh. Okay, so that aside, that just insane thing aside, what's really interesting about this question is, is having access to all this information, is it hurting them or is it helping them? I think there's two things here, because journalism didn't used to be so much activism. New York Times, Washington Post, all of these outlets that people just outside of, the political realm, just your everyday people look at, they say, oh, there's some level of authority there. They're not activists. The people that just don't know any better, just because they know it's such a prestigious name. And I've talked to people about this on the street all the time. They have no clue that a lot of these groups and a lot of these newspapers or publications, they're incredibly left-wing, but they pretend as though it's just objective journalism. And so that's one change. That's one major, major change when it comes to journalism, is there's so much activism in journalism. And obviously the overwhelming majority of the media and the legacy media is left-wing. And so you have that issue there. Now, we also have social media, which has algorithms that likes to put you in your bubble because they want you to enjoy your time on their apps. They don't want you to feel all uncomfortable and then log out because you're seeing stuff that you don't want to see. So yes, Gen Z does have more access to information than ever before, but if you don't use it properly or aren't aware of the biases that are out there, that could cause some major problems.
Do you think diversity has any impact when it comes to national cohesion?
Basically, you're destabilizing a society. We've seen it through history. Rome, seen too many people coming in from different places, and maybe that's one of the factors that empires fell.
Diversity binds us together. It's not a melting pot.
Diversity is what strengthens us. We send our kids to the local public school across the street where they went to school with kids that got free lunch, free breakfast. We did not have them tested for the gifted program so they could be in school with white people. I'm talking about everyone who had your kids tested so they didn't have to go to school with poor kids and Puerto Rican kids and black kids.
Oh my gosh, lady. Oh my gosh. A lot of people want their children tested. They want to send them to better schools so they can get better education, so they're around better students, all of that. There's nothing wrong with that. Maybe I'm not exactly sure exactly what she's getting at right there, but I'm pretty sure that's it. But you just see how race obsessed these people are just because there's diversity of skin color. That's excellent, but cultures do matter, and cultures clashing with each other do matter. A melting pot is not really a great thing if the ingredients suck. Oh, hey everyone, Editor James here. I'm just adding this quick note. This is why during the conversation of immigration, it is so important to put an emphasis on allowing for time for people to assimilate and adopt traditional American values, because any functioning country needs some level of shared value system. Oh, and last quick note, if you don't do this, then you'll end up just, importing a bunch of people that will vote for communism, and then your country will be destroyed.
Do you think the American dream is still alive?
You can make your dreams everywhere you be. It doesn't have to be in America.
I do think that that's a little bit more maybe complicated than it used to be because of the access to wealth and resources that you might need. But at the same time, I think there's still a lot of opportunities.
That's the best marketing. This is the biggest lie ever. It's alive in the mind of people, but it's an illusion.
Might be the first thing that I disagreed with him on right there. I do think it's more of a nuanced conversation. I think it's definitely disappearing, and I think they're trying to get rid of the American dream. But has it been alive? Absolutely. Is it still alive today? Absolutely. Is it going away? Unfortunately, absolutely, unless things turn around. You guys, let me know what you thought about this video down in the comment section below. And please take a moment to hit that link down below to go check out Jen's full video, because he adds a ton of other content in this video that I didn't cover. So go check that out. Go support his work and go subscribe to his channel. But if you guys enjoyed this video, please let me know down in the comment section below. If you enjoyed my commentary, please let me know by hitting this like button down below. Make sure to subscribe for more videos if you're not subscribed already, and hit that bell notification button so you're notified next to my post. I'll catch you guys all in the next video.